the fairest of them all? Why, Shrek. Hey, Magic Mirror. Who's the fairest of them all? Why, Shrek, of course.
Ah!
Dad! Ooh, Mom and Light.
Who makes this stuff nowadays?
Not me!
Shrek 5, starring Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy,
Cameron Diaz,
and
Zendaya? Gosh, dang, girl.
In theaters, Christmas 2026.
You know, you look back to this cast announcement teaser, and it still looks wrong to this very day. Why, we all ask, why did they have to change Shrek's design? Was it because of simple effects? Was it because of a simple of matter? No, it's because of timeline. I'm sure when we were getting Shrek back, you were hoping he would be like this. This is the Shrek we should have gotten. You know what? Mind the abs. Mind the abs. Look at his face. This is the real Shrek's face. Shrek's real face is supposed to be like this. His eyes are separated. His nose is not that small. And his smile, a lot better. And his eyes are not even that wide. This is the real Shrek. But when you redesign it and make it into this, that's not what we want. We're all gonna agree with each other. This is not what we want. Like, I still can't believe they redesigned Shrek and Donkey. Look at my boy Donkey. He's so hairy. Look at his chin. He has hair on his chin. Donkey ain't never had that much hair on him. And look at Shrek. He looks kind of big now, kind of fat. I mean, he wasn't that fat. And look, his vest, it's not, it's kind of apart. His vest is loose apart. The ribbon ropes are not attached to each other. They're loose. His nails, well, his nails have always been the same, but his face, it's much more shinier. And as for this new character, his daughter, we all wondering the same thing. We forgot he has 3 kids, but the real question is, where's his other kids? Yeah, where's his other kids? I only see his daughter. Shrek has 3 kids. One of them is 2 boys, and one is a daughter. Where's his sons? You know, I feel like Shrek 5 is going to be mostly about Shrek trying to have a better bonding with his daughter. But then, if that's the real case, then what are we going to do with the 2 boys? Where are they going to be? Probably mostly hanging out. I mean, it would make sense why we'd make the movie about Shrek's daughter. Because, considering that she's the only daughter, like, it's not like Shrek and Fiona had another child. Or did they? Am I hearing that right, Fiona? Did you and Shrek have another child? No, that couldn't have happened. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be the real plot. But back to the real design. We all know that Shrek 5 is coming out next Christmas. Not this Christmas, but next Christmas. And is this going to change our mind of seeing the movie? Now that seeing them all like this? Will this change our mind? I don't think so. I mean, just because they got redesigned doesn't mean it has to stop you from seeing the movie. I mean, the movie will still be worth watching as long as the story is perfect. Some say it's going to take place after Shrek Forever After, which I totally agree. You know, when you look at this view right here, it kind of looks like they look the same. Shrek kind of looks the same. He kind of looks like his normal design on this part, but when you look at him in the mirror, no, it doesn't look right. First, we need to go over his design. Why do you think Shrek looks like this? He kind of looks like something that Illumination would make. I've already talked about this in my last reaction to the Shrek 5 teaser back in February. We talked about how Shrek got redesigned and he looked like something from out of Illumination. The theory is Illumination probably helped DreamWorks make Shrek 5. I looked on Wikipedia, and I think the director or the producer who makes all the Illumination films, or the guy who owns Illumination, I don't know his name, but I know what he looks like. He's a bald, fat guy. He owns Illumination, and he's the producer of this film. You don't think he might have the reason why Shrek looks like this? That's probably what we're dealing with. And I've already said lots of stuff like Illumination better have nothing to do with Shrek 5. Illumination already owns a lot of other movies. Look at all these movies that Illumination made. From Despicable Me to Sing to Minions: The Rise of Gru, Secret Life of Pets, The Lorax, Migration, the Super Mario Bros. They've already redesigned Mario. At first, we didn't know what Mario's design was going to look like, but then we realized it looks like this. But hey, that's exceptional. Nintendo actually made the characters look like themselves. But when it comes to Shrek, why did they have to be part of it? Illumination, what are you doing wanting to produce Shrek 5? What are you doing hiring your artists from Illumination to take advantage of Shrek 5? You've already owned a lot of films. You don't need to own Shrek. DreamWorks owns Shrek. You own Minions and Despicable Me. You own these cool stuff. You already own lots of good franchises, but you had to come and massacre our boy. You really had to massacre our boy. Look at him. Look at what he used to look like back in the first movie. That's the perfect animation. We all want the same animation back. Lots of people are saying they have 1 year to fix this. Yeah, 1 year to fix this, like they're gonna do it. But hey, if they want to keep from avoiding an ugly Sonic treatment, look, here's what Shrek's original concept art was going to be before they wanted to redesign him into this, and then redesign him just so he can look like this hideous, disgusting design. Look at it. This is not the Shrek we want. His eyes are too close together. Everyone's age. And some people say, maybe Shrek looks like this because the character's aged up over the years. That can't be the real reason. If this is supposed to take place after the 4th movie, Forever After, shouldn't it just take place after the events on what happened? Like 2 weeks? Or maybe even longer than that? How can it take place 16 years? There's no way Shrek takes place in modern life, where we have to wait 16 years just to see him again. Like, there's no way. It has to take place after the first movie. Forever After, it had to take place after this. And if it does, then there's no point of aging them because they'll still look young and handsome like they did before, unlike what you did here. And then, otherwise, for announcing the cast like Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and Zendaya, 2026 is going to be her year. She's already been cast to be MJ for Spider-Man Brand New Day, and then she's going to be in a film called Odyssey, and then you're hiring her for Shrek 5. Like, 2026 is going to be her year. You guys know Awkwafina? This actress that look like a Chinese lady. Yeah, this actress. Do you know how many movies people have been hiring her to do? She's already been hired to be in so many animated roles, like this dragon from Raya and the Last Dragon. She voices the fox from Kung Fu Panda 4. She's been hired to play the tarantula from The Bad Guys, and then the little pigeon from Migration, and then the white bird from The Little Mermaid live action remake from Disney. Like, we've been really hiring the. Oh, she was even in the Angry Birds movie. Like, we're not going to keep doing this thing where we're just going to keep hiring the same actress to voice all these actresses' roles. Like, the fact that we're hiring her, Awkwafina, to voice so many characters from after year, like, she's already been in a movie in 2022, and then she's been in, she actually got her big year in 2023, playing the bird from Little Mermaid and the little pigeon bird from Migration. 2 bird characters. Wait 1 year after, and she voices the fox from Kung Fu Panda. Wait 1 year after, and she voices the tarantula again from The Bad Guys. This is what Zendaya's going to. We're just hiring the same actor to voice all these characters from after year, and on the same year. They even did that with, what's her name, Tiffany Haddish. Like, she voiced that one character from the Lego movie, that dog from The Secret Life of Pets 2, and that eagle from the Angry Birds movie. Like, don't you just get all shocked when you find out that these actresses can play all these characters, and yet they're all releasing the movies on the same year? Like, it's such a big year for them. You'll have to go to so many world premieres, so many interviews, but different movies and shows. Like, darn, slow down, people. It's not like these actresses can do all of them at once, but hey, if they can, because they get paid doing it, they get that moolah. For them redesigning Shrek, just because Illumination, which I don't know why they want to be part of it. What does Illumination have to do with Shrek? And you guys are going to say, oh, because DreamWorks and Illumination are both owned by Universal. Well, I don't know why that has to mean DreamWorks has to keep taking advice from Illumination on how they can make their movies more quality and better. Besides, DreamWorks they don't even use their realistic animation no more, where the characters look all realistic and their world looks all more realistic. The grass looks real, the sky looks real, and the humans look realistic. They make everything all cartoony where characters have big eyes. Look how they did the Croods. Look, the Croods used to look like this. Their eyes were separated and they looked so realistic like regular people. But then they made they made a sequel in 2020 and they redesigned them like this. Don't you just get so sick and tired when DreamWorks keep redesigning characters just to make sequels? Every time DreamWorks has a sequel, this is how they want to do their characters. Like, can you not try and use the same animation? Like, changing the animation, like, it doesn't work like that. It only worked in the old days because they didn't look all big. But now that DreamWorks is owned by Universal, they want to use Universals. Like, I don't think Universal is that type of studio where when they make animated films, they use all cartoonish and kiddie-like, which is so irritating. Like, look at the difference. They change their eyes, make them look all cartoony and stuff. Like, why do you keep doing that, DreamWorks? It's so odd. It's so odd. It doesn't fit for the actual movie. And as for Shrek 5, like I said before, I don't think this is going to change anyone's mind about seeing the film. I think the story is going to be fine. It's just that people are probably not going to be able to get used to them looking like this. And besides, is that really what the movie is going to be about? And what if they don't redesign him? What if they don't redesign him? They let him stay that ugly. What if they let him stay like that? But they have to. They're getting lots of feedback on social media everywhere. Like, they gotta be hearing the news, and they gotta be doing something about it. They don't want this to flop. Like, it's been 15 years since we last saw the last Shrek movie. And now that it's coming back, this is what you do to us. Why? You act like you don't remember how to make Shrek. It's not that hard. Shoot. You redesigned him before. You made a new DreamWorks logo in 2022 and you made Puss in Boots The Last Wish. And in that logo, Shrek was there and it was the actual original design. You couldn't at least use that? You couldn't at least did that? Look at this. You see what I'm talking about? They couldn't stick with this. They literally made him look the same when they made the new DreamWorks logo in 2022. They couldn't think of this? That looks way like the original. Y'all let freaking Illumination come in and boss y'all around just so y'all can make him like this. Illumination, keep your hands off of other people's movies. Make your own movies. This is why people hate Illumination. They always want to take advantage just to get a bigger audiences. No one really likes their movies that much. Despicable Me 4 wasn't all that. Come on, Illumination, you're starting to be too annoying for this. And besides, I'm scared that if they do stick with this design, we're going to have to get used to seeing all the characters like this. Like, what if Donkey's wife, Dragon, looks so hideous? What if she looks wrinkled and old? What about Donkey's kids, the half dragon, half donkey? What if they look like teenagers too, just like Shrek's kids? And they look all brand new and cartoony and stuff. And speaking of which, while we're looking at all of our old characters, has anyone seen Puss in Boots? Puss in Boots wasn't even in this teaser. Is he gonna be in the film? He has to be. I mean, he's officially a Shrek character. There's no way they're just gonna make this all about Shrek, Donkey, and his daughter and not add Puss in Boots. Like, shoot, we just saw Puss in Boots 3 years ago in The Last Wish. Like, he has to come back because at the ending, he went back to Far, Far Away with his friends. So that means he clearly has to return. He is going to return. I bet we all know he is going to return. They just don't want to spoil nothing because, you know, I bet Shrek 5 is still being made, which it is because they have 1 year to finish the movie, as well as all these other movies that they're coming out with, like that Forgotten Island movie that they announced. I bet they're working on that. And another thing, Lots of people were already expecting Shrek 5 to really either have the original design or have the Puss in Boots Last Wish animation style. They were really hoping that it would have the same animation style as Puss in Boots The Last Wish, where it's going to have that Spider-Verse animation, which I don't see why we need that for Shrek. Shrek is not that type of movie franchise that really needs that type of animation style. Shrek doesn't do that much action. I mean, he's an action character, but do we really need to see him look all Spider-Verse? Like, we don't need to make all movies have the same animation style. Come on now. Not every animated movie in the world has to be similar to Spider-Verse. We've already seen that with that new Ninja Turtles movie, and then Puss in Boots. Only movies that have that type of gang, and that type of style, and that type of genius who can only get that type of animation style. But we don't have to keep changing all movies like this where they have to keep having animation styles like that. That's like saying you should just make all movies back to being 2D, which we still need to support. Like, this is crazy. Everybody was hoping the animation style would be similar to this, but it wasn't. We end up getting this instead, and I'm afraid that all the characters are going to look like this. Like, it's going to be so disturbing. But you know what? When they release the trailer next summer, just in time for the movie's promotion, we'll find out in that trailer. That way we'll get a first look at all the characters. But we're all hoping that this is not the case. Shrek 5 will get the redesign. DreamWorks is getting lots of letters about this, comments. Universal turned off their comments because they knew at this moment, they fricked up with Shrek 5's animation. You know why they turned the comments off? Because Universal knew at this moment they fricked up. They knew at this moment that they fricked up. And they knew people were going to start complaining about this. But hey, did that stop people from getting all the letters to Universal and DreamWorks about this? Nope. Because people tried going to all of Universal's other previous new releases, videos, and they clicked on them and they was able to leave comments about Shrek 5. See? Shrek 5's announcement teaser has been blocked by the comments, so people had to go on Universal's other previous new latest videos to leave comments about them having Shrek 5. See? Look at these ones. Not the TikTok and Shrek. They're ruining Shrek by adding modern stuff. What did they do to Shrek? Turn the comments on for the Shrek video. Let the people speak. You see? This is exactly what I'm talking about. They turned the comments off because Universal didn't want to hear all that schmuck about what they did to the Shrek video. That's their fault. That's DreamWorks' fault. It's not even the fans' fault that Shrek looks like this. It's DreamWorks' and Universal's fault. They knew people wanted Shrek 5 to return to existence. And when it does come to an existence, this is what they give us. This right here. Come on. What are you guys doing to movies these days? You're trying to make audiences mad. What happened to giving audiences what they want? Isn't that the reason why movies make money? Is because of audiences spending their money on tickets to see these movies? Make them worth watching. See, look, fix the Shrek design. You know what? Like people said, they have 1 year to fix this, or it's just going to be an ugly Sonic situation. And people are just going to change their mind, and they're not going to want to see it because this is disturbing so many people. And when I first seen it, I didn't know what to expect. I knew they were going to change the animation style. I knew they were. I just didn't speak about it no more because it was too worrying. Man, oh my gosh, I knew they were going to do this. I freaking knew they were going to do this. I knew it. I just didn't know when they was going to make it happen. I didn't know what was going to go through their mind. I didn't know what studio. I didn't know what animation style they were going to use. I didn't know what animation company was going to help them design this. But you know what? Like they said, they better make the story worth it. If this is a cash grab and this is not being made because of a good story and a good combat to the trilogy, people are going to waste their time seeing this. This is not how sequels are supposed to be. Sequels should not be played like this, people. Sequels should not be played like this. Sequels are supposed to be made for movies and continuations to a story. Sequels are not to be played around with. If people want a sequel, make it worth it. People wanted a sequel to Megamind. They messed up Megamind. It seems like studios don't care what they do no more. They're doing everything just to get it out the way because it's all about getting the money off of it. Why is it all about money? Don't you know people are helping it make money by going to see it? They're not going to want to help it. They're not going to want to spend their money on it if y'all keep messing up something. Like, come on. You're making movies so pointless. Like, no matter what movie gets a sequel, they try to make the characters all useless. Why are you guys doing this to sequels? They do this to all sequels these days. They try not to add all the characters. They try only adding the characters that we mostly will think about caring about. And they keep making new characters just to see if we will like the new ones. No, we like the old ones. Stick with the freaking old ones. But like people said, they have until 1 year until... They have 1 year until Christmas 2026 to get this movie right. And if it doesn't look like what it used to look like back in 2001, and we have to stay looking at it like this, I think people are going to really stand corrected when they said we want Shrek back. Because this, when the world needs him, he returns. But as in this, I change my mind. Or maybe. But as of right now, all we can say is, let him come!